the 4th, 2025. I would like to welcome you guys to Legal Wars Live, man. We haven't been live in a long time, man. In a minute. On the road right now in Mooresville, North Carolina. That's a town that is just north of Charlotte, about 28 minutes or so. You know what I'm saying? Let you guys peep the set. A little bit different than usual. You know what I'm saying? So today we're talking about Elon Musk. I don't think Elon has been discussed enough appropriately. You know what I'm saying? I just think a lot of people and their emotions and their feelings, they just say stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've learned over the course of my legal career, which I'll say that I attribute a lot of that to my time spent working at Tesla. But I've learned over the course of my legal career to examine information looking for facts. You know what I'm saying? So today we're going to go over some facts. I got some news for you. I got the sources. I got some analysis, man. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all give me just a second, those of you who are watching this after it was pre-recorded, make sure y'all like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And if you want to donate to your boy, you could donate as well. That's the button with the $ in it. You know what I'm saying? So guys, I'm going to get the poll question up. I'm going to run a poll question over this live stream so that people could participate in it. And as soon as I get the poll question up, we going to firestorm through the content, man. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate everyone for watching this video. Thank you guys so much. Are you in favor? Are you in favor? Good morning, guys. Trying to start a poll over here. Good morning. How are you guys doing? Guys, I thought we were going to have a poll question this morning, but I guess we're not. You know what I'm saying? As you guys come in, make sure you guys like the video. You know what I'm saying? If you guys enjoy the content, subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bells. Good morning, guys. We're talking about Mr. Elon Musk. So this first news article or the information I'm giving to you, it comes from DW Politics, and it was written January 20th of 2025. So Mr. Elon Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa, to property developer, engineer, and former local politician Elon Musk and Canadian model and dietitian May Musk. The billionaire first immigrated to the United States in 1990s. So Mr. Elon Musk, his parents' name is Elon Musk and May Musk, and he first immigrated to the United States in 1990, okay, from South Africa. He co-founded internet businesses like Online City, Govt, ZipZ, and financial services platform X.com, which later emerged with a similar platform named PayPal. Now, I know a lot of you guys have used PayPal to this day. I still use PayPal. And I think that's where Elon first became big, is off his use of PayPal. You guys, make sure y'all like that video for me. Double tap that video for me. Subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell, guys. So the next information I'm giving to you coming from Humanitarian Hoax, Conservative News and Views. Elon first offered to solve the ostensive problem of climate change, okay? So that's where a lot of us first heard of Elon. He came up with a solution, which we know as today's Tesla. He was trying to make the world a better place. However, as I said, Mr. Musk came from South Africa in the 1990s. He doesn't understand American politics like we do. He didn't understand the history of race relations at that time in America, especially headquartered in Tesla in California. Guys, I want to stop right there. You know what I'm saying? So you immigrate here from Pretoria, South Africa in the 1990s, okay? You come over here, you know what I'm saying? And where we know Elon, or where we first recognize Elon coming onto the scene, is with Tesla, you know what I'm saying? Actually with PayPal, but I mean, where I first recognized him is with Tesla. And what he was trying to do was trying to solve a climate crisis, which President Obama at the time was preaching about, okay? So he's in California, man. He's trying to make money. I'm going to tell you about these business owners and these businesses, dude. I'm a paralegal. I deal with these situations. I understand these situations. A business owner, his bottom line is a dollar bill, okay? You could look at that good, bad, or indifferent, but the man is trying to make money. That's what they do. So any kind of friction that gets in the way of them making money, they want to cut it off immediately. You see what I'm saying? So you have to understand that. If I understand that I'm coming from South Africa, I don't understand the white-black struggle, the good-bad struggle, the none of that struggle. I'm not understanding any of that, okay? I'm just coming from South Africa, and I'm trying to make money in California, okay? Tesla kept getting hit with discrimination claims in California, so the Democrats started moving away from him as though he was a racist, which, I mean, to me, that's understandable as well, okay? This started the divide in which Mr. Musk ended up throwing his support towards President Trump. It is reported that the Democrats were also upset about his purchase of Twitter. So we talking pre-election, somewhere around July of 2025, Elon Musk is a rock star among young tech enthusiasts in America and around the world. Super popular and super rich. Guys, whenever I'm deciding whether or not something is good or bad, or if I'm deciding to support something or not, I want to look at the context of the entire situation, okay? So you just look at it today, you know, your friends are saying that Elon's bad, or this person's saying Elon's bad, so you're just going with the flow. But I'm saying, let's look at the context of the situation. We're talking prior July of 2024, okay? He's super rich and he's super popular. The dude is like, I mean, a rock star, especially among young tech enthusiasts. You know what I'm saying? Guys, welcome in, guys. Good morning. I invite you guys to participate in the discussion down below in the comments. Make sure you guys have liked the video. If you haven't already, you double tap the screen. Show your boys some support. It's free. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, okay? So guys, Elon's super popular and he decides, hey, I want to support President Trump. You know what I'm saying? I want to help make America great again. President Trump was almost assassinated, okay? So understand that. Coming into the game, it's not like everybody was hating on Elon. People were looking up to Elon. I want you to remember this, okay? This is important because males between 18 and 30, they looking at him like he's Superman. He extremely popular with them. And that was a humongous problem with the Democrats and VP Harris. And it still is today. In my personal opinion, I think if that segment of people that the Democrats count on, you know what I'm saying, the 41 million Gen Z voters, we talking between 18 and 29, that President Obama notoriously won and the Democrats always depend on. I mean, Elon had a big say in the males, especially the young males, and which way they went. We always think about the situation like, oh, he gave $250,000. He gave, listen, I ain't picking on nobody, but y'all tell me if I'm wrong. George Soros do the same thing. There's plenty of rich men. Ross Perot was a billionaire. You see what I'm saying? There's plenty of rich men who come through and who do that. That's not the thing. What I'm saying, Elon had a ground game for President Trump, man. We're going to talk about that, though. But I just want you to focus on not just the money that he brought, the influence that he brought as well, okay? Now, this is according to CBS News, December the 6th, 2025. Billionaire Elon Musk spent at least $277 million to help elect President Trump and other Republican candidates, not just President Trump. He helped elect other Republicans as well. According to the Federal Election Commission, Elon was the largest single donor, in which he contributed $239 million to his own American PAC. That's a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? So a quick summary, I believe, this is my opinion now, this is analysis, that Elon was trying to save a climate crisis. And his solution was Tesla, okay? Somewhere along the way, he started developing more conservative views and began bumping heads with some of his Democratic buddies. When Tesla started getting discrimination charges and Elon bought Twitter, the Democratic establishment started to shun Elon. And then Mr. Musk then started showing his conservative side. This is important because I will show you guys that Elon isn't a full conservative, guys. If y'all don't understand that, y'all see it, he's more like a libertarian. You know what I'm saying? I've said this for a long time. Y'all know Rand Paul? I mean, President Trump is going after Rand Paul, but he's standing 10 toes, man. This man has been doing this for decades. You know what I'm saying? And that's what Elon's saying. We're going to talk about in a second that big, beautiful bill. I'm saying if you are a conservative and President Trump, that's my dog, you know, I'm standing 10 toes with him. But President Trump started the administration. He started off saying, hey, man, we're going to like tackle this deficit problem, which is a huge problem. That interest on the debt. Imagine all your bills and the most highest that you paying is the interest on one of your credit cards. The interest. I'm talking about Ghost. We say you got rent, you got a car note, you got insurance, you got your children's bill, all of that. Yeah. And the most you paying is on the interest on your credit card. That's the situation America's in. How do you fix that, Ghost? You fix that by cutting spending. Don't spend as much. Increase the revenue. If you're going to spend as much money, you need to be bringing in more money. President Trump's trying to do that, yada, yada. That's a whole different conversation. I want you to stay focused, though, on Elon saying, hey, we coming in and we slashing. I'm going to slash 2 trillion. He couldn't slash 2 trillion, 160 billion. If I'm not mistaken, we're going to talk about them and give you the exact figures. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm saying how you cope with that now is by adding 3 trillion to the debt with a spending bill. I'm saying that makes absolutely no sense. And see, Rand Paul, the reason why President Trump, I don't think that was the appropriate target is because Rand Paul has always, like, I mean, I'm a Republican. Nah, not really. I'm a conservative. Yeah, I'm a full conservative. But I'm more a money conservative, bro. You feel what I'm saying? I'm a money conservative. And that bill adds 3 trillion, regardless of how you, bro, just imagine this. I want y'all to stop for just a second and think. I'm going to get back to the news, but I want you to think with me for just a second. This is the richest man in the world saying that tax bill is a disgusting abomination. The ones the Republicans are trying to help out, you want to slash programs. I don't care how you say it. Yeah, I'm for undocumented aliens not getting Medicare. That's crazy as I don't know what. How you how you gonna pay American insurance and American tax dollars for someone who's here illegally? That is insane. So yeah, nah, don't do that. But I'm saying for poor people, it don't matter. Listen, let me say it like this so we can understand it better. It don't matter, in my opinion, what you are cutting the program for. You shouldn't be cutting the program for poor people. Find the money somewhere else. That's first of all. But I'm saying if you had to, oh yeah, we're cutting the program for poor people so we can increase defense spending because China and Russia over there acting crazy. Okay, yeah, that makes some sense. We're trying to stay safe. But I'm saying you cutting the programs to give Elon a tax break, and Elon said he don't need one. I told you that before what he said yesterday. I told you that back then. It don't make no, why? Listen, I'm going to come in here and we're going to talk about, I'm going to get right back to the news. I'm just giving y'all my thoughts. Elon saying, I'm going to come in here, bro. Think about this, all right? I'm coming in here and I'm going to put my neck on the line, investing over 200 million, not a little bit of money, of my own money to get you elected, and then losing billions with a B of my own wealth, still the richest man in the world, according to CNN, but losing billions of my own wealth for you to add $3 trillion to the deficit. See, what Elon's saying, that's a disgusting abomination. That show you that he a real ninja. I want to say something else, because he's standing 10 toes on what he believes. Come on now, tell me why I'm wrong. That it ain't about no party affiliation. Elon believes that we are you know what? That's how he the richest man in the world, because he's not gonna run Tesla like that. He's not gonna run Tesla where I'm spending more money on a credit card bill than I am on my employees' wages. That's ridiculous. He's not going to run Tesla where he's actually spending more money on those parts that's coming in the warehouse I used to ride forklifts in. He's not going to spend more money on them parts than he is on them $66,000 cars. Hey, bro, he pushing them cars out. He'll push over 1,000, and just that one Austin, over 1,000 cars, bro, in an hour. $66,000 a piece. Elon, I'm sorry for sharing your secrets, baby, but I'm just trying to illustrate a point. You see what I'm saying? He believes in this. Now, when the Republicans that come out and say that, hey, we're against all the spending, they condemn Democrats for spending, wasteful spending. Democrats have wasteful spending because I'm trying to help a poor person. AOC, baby, I see you. I'm going to keep singing your praises. You see what I'm saying? A real fight for the people. So you condemning Democrats for spending, trying to help a poor person, but you want to come in and you say you ain't gonna spend like them Democrats, but we gonna do tax breaks. You call it tax. The Republicans call they spending tax breaks, but you spending $3 trillion for rich people, and the richest man in the world saying this is a disgusting abomination. This is stupid. This is where the Republicans always implode. Guys, let's take the story to the 2025 election. Sorry for that, guys. Got off topic. Y'all, welcome to the League Wars podcast. I ask that you guys will please double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, especially those guys of you who are watching this after it was pre-recorded. So this information I'm bringing to you is brought to you, the news, in part by G0. That's G0. Evan Solomon, August the 15th, 2024. There were roughly 41 million Gen Z voters. That is a lot of voters. That is the largest swath of voters. 41 million people, 18 to 29, who Democrats traditionally count on for support, in particular, young men who adore Elon. So moving forward, Democrats, if you wise, which I see you are, we on the same page, so we'll understand, okay, that Mr. Elon, he wields a heavy sword in American politics. He's a kingmaker. Okay, so let's get that straight. So we clear about this and we can understand this moving forward. That Elon's a kingmaker. So we all see the things that we need to be seeing. Okay. In 2022, President Trump and Elon had a feud when Elon told President Trump it was time to hang up his hat and sell it to the sunset. Elon will speak his mind. President Trump will too. That's why I like both of them. Elon is a modern day Thomas Edison. You could say what you want to, but what he created, he didn't create Tesla, okay? He didn't create Tesla. He come from PayPal, so you can say what you want to, but if Elon wouldn't have went to Tesla, Tesla would have been, y'all know all those electric car companies, I don't want to call nobody's name, but electric car company, President Obama set the agenda, the initiative, that we need to stop carbon emissions. So electric cars, y'all remember that phase or whatever? Well, Tesla wasn't just a phase, because Tesla ended up selling more vehicles worldwide than any other car company. And we over 15 plus years, almost 20 years past that. Yeah, what Elon created at Tesla, he's Thomas Edison of our generation. SpaceX. He didn't have to get into politics. Let's never forget that. His journey from a moderate Democrat to MAGA, his appeal with 25-year-old men who were having no success finding their dream job. Rock with me. You a 25-year-old man in America, and you got President Biden in the White House. Salute President Biden. Not for 1 second will I ever take y'all disrespecting President Biden. That's disgusting. I'm looking for your character. We're not going to disrespect a man who served his country for 52 years, y'all, honorably. But what we will say in that situation, however, with that auto pen and that situation, I'm saying you got President Biden in the White House with the auto pen, and you a 25-year-old man looking for your dream job. And this 25-year-old see Elon on TV, who created Tesla. Whether you like it or love it, Tesla is a gorgeous car embedded in American culture. SpaceX, you see what I'm saying? And you a 25-year-old, bro, they looking at Elon like they a hero. And this 25-year-old looking for their dream job, and they got President Biden in the auto pen. And whether or not they like President Trump or not, they looking at Elon. And he go over there, so it's like they went with him. According to a group, you don't believe me? According to a group called the Young Men's Research Initiative. I'll repeat myself so you can look it up. The people who watching it, they could pause it, listen again. You know, a lot of old people. I ain't hating on y'all. I love all y'all. Young Men's Research Initiative, a YouGov poll of key influencers on American young men between the ages of 18 and 29 found Elon and X on the top of the list, with the number 3 and 4 not even close. So what that is saying, that the majority of 18 to 29-year-olds, they did a poll, YouGov, you guys heard of YouGov, found that the majority of the 18 to 29-year-olds found Elon and X as top influencers, with number 3 and 4 not even close. Yeah, Elon moved them young people, man, them young men. 68% of young men in our survey said they like Musk, among the highest influencers tested, the YMR team wrote on their Substack. Why? First off, because of his career. The survey found that, listen to me now, entrepreneurs was the most admired career among the young men, particularly for young Black men. That is so key. Young Black men. If you guys know anything about the election or the numbers, or you follow the content on Legal Wars Live, when it was Legal Wars Podcast, we talked about Black men moving away from VP Harris and moving towards President Trump. Even President Obama came out and was scolding Black men for doing this. So we have numbers here, guys, hard data that shows that a part of that reason that we seen the Black vote go to the Republican Party was because of Elon Musk, guys. Y'all make sure y'all double tap that screen for me. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell for me, man. I'm giving y'all hard data, hard facts. He had a humongous influence in that election, bigger than the simple mind can understand. Bigger, I mean, a lot of people know it, but they might not admit it or want to say it. But I'm saying it's not just his money, it's the influence. So he stepped back out of politics for a second. He gonna regain that influence. You know what I'm saying? Elon, you just need to come out, man, show them inventions. Do what made you great, Elon. Do that again. You know what I'm saying? Get back out of politics, because Elon has stepped back into politics. He a kingmaker. He could decide things, guys. His $275 million is a huge reason President Trump won. He was the largest donor. But Elon's political machine and ground game, y'all might not know this, but listen, I was cracking on Elon. Not hardcore, but the Republican Party. I was saying, man, you gonna say this is some makeshift stuff against the Democrats, the Democratic machine? What? That ground game, that door knocking, but shoot. Every one of them battleground states turned red. Like 80, I don't know what percentage, but the counties in America all move red. He got Twitter. That's a machine, bro. Reaching up 1 billion plus people worldwide. It is a big attribution to helping President Trump and, listen to me, not just President Trump and other Republicans win. So now President Trump wins, and he asked Elon to help out. I'm just trying to get you to see the whole full picture. I took you back to 2000. Nah, I took you back to when he was born in South Africa. I brought you to the 90s here in California. I brought you to President Trump, and he in California, and he trying to help out with Tesla. That's where it first started out. President Trump got an initiative to stop the carbon emissions, so he helps out with Tesla. And then so I brought you forward. So, you know, some stuff happened with Tesla, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, it's all forgiven. But now we moving forward to now he helping President Trump. Just like Elon tried to help President Trump solve the climate crisis, enter Doge. Department of Governmental Efficiency. So this news segment is brought to you by the BBC, April 2025. You guys want to go back and fact check me? Elon Musk's Department of Governmental Efficiency, according to his website on April 20th, said to have saved the government $160 billion with a B. Now you say, hey, Ghost, $37 trillion, $160 billion isn't even a speck in the bud. Yes, it is. Because it's the mindset, it's the mentality. I'm going to stop the bleeding. How I'm going to stop the bleeding? I'm going to put a tourniquet. Well, this tourniquet, Ghost, ain't stopping the bleeding. Well, it's doing something. It's doing more than what you're doing. Because why I got this term, bro, that mentality, what's in your mind, the power of the mind. I ain't trying to go left, but I'm just saying, like, if I got everybody in this room thinking that we gonna try to save money, we on a save money mission. Don't focus on the 160 billion. You see what I'm saying? Focus on the words that he's speaking to help the nation get on the pathway of where we trying to get to. You see what I'm saying? You got to think about that, man. I know a lot of people don't think of, I'm a deep thinker. I'm going to get you thinking now so you get the full picture, okay? So Doge, according to the website, 160 billion. It's not that much money. You talking about 37 trillion, though. You're right. It's not. You see what I'm saying? Ghosts don't try to, I'm going to tell you the truth. We're going to tell the truth, but we're going to get to what it is. Guys, that's a lot, but the debt is 37 trillion. So although we look at 160 billion as a lot of money, which it really is, it isn't a lot to cut from 37 trillion. Be real. But Elon got the ball moving in the right direction. And I think that's key. And I think President Trump should call him back next January to do the exact same thing. Because see, next January, you ain't got to worry about a tax bill again. You feel what I'm saying? I mean, President Trump, the politics of it is what it is. I'm not going to hold you accountable. And I heard you say to tax the rich. Some of them Republican senators, now I'm on your forehead. Senator Thune. You know, Senator Thune, man, you could go round for round. Because I know y'all Republicans, y'all believe in giving Elon telling you they don't even want your tax break. You smart guy. I don't care. I'm going to stand 10 toes, just like Elon. What he believe in cutting money, wasteful spending. I'm standing 10 toes on what I believe. Don't mess with the poor people program. What? You don't want to help the poor? You want to help your rich buddies? Nah, we ain't into that no more. You feel me? All of us. Because of Elon and other factors, we came over here on this side with y'all, Republicans. We came over here on this side with y'all. And then you want to start doing this. To add 3 trillion to the debt. Nah, I'm President Trump. I'm sorry. I love you, baby. But I'm 10 toes with Rand Paul, President Trump. He's been saying that since the 90s, since the 2000s. Rand Paul was on TV saying that I was asking not too long ago, where's Rand Paul, man? I thought my boy had fell off or something. He been talking that money stuff. Guys, for the main theme of this entire live stream, I want you guys to see a pattern. Number one, President Obama's climate initiatives, okay, guys? Elon, who is a brilliant engineer, stepped up to help. He helps Tesla, which, by the way, guys, in 2024 had the world's #1 selling automobile. A lot of people laugh at electric cars. They don't laugh at Teslas. You get the difference? Everyone laugh at electric cars. I do too. If you talking about something, what? I ain't going to call nobody's name. But if it ain't a Tesla, it's a joke. But they don't joke about Teslas, which helps cut the world's carbon emissions. They might do now, but it's political is what I'm saying. That's number one. So let's go to number two. So President Trump, now Elon's extremely popular. He helped President Obama now, okay? Extremely popular with the Democrats. Elon, you remember that too, brother, okay? President Trump was almost assassinated, okay? And so Elon comes, he throws his support, President Trump, trying to help. He's trying to help again. That's why I titled the stream what I entitled it. I'm dead for real serious. I'm not being sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? I'm a jokester and I play a lot, but I could be really serious too. People who know me good, they know that. You know what I'm saying? That's hero tendencies. He trying to help. This time, he not only tries to help save America and that insane debt, he actually helped President Trump get elected as well. Now, I want you to understand something. Let's talk about the stakes. Everyone in the live stream, we've been live for about 35 minutes. Y'all, please double tap the screen for your boys. Show me support. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit that notification bell, guys. Super chat, super thanks, super stickers. They start at 99 cents, guys. That button below with that $sign in it, you guys can hit that. Your donations, guys, are much appreciated, okay? So, guys, I just want us to get to thinking, okay? So, first of all, if it wasn't for Elon, would President Trump have got elected? I want y'all to think about that for a second. And the guys, those of you who are in this live stream right now, y'all please jump down in the comments and let me know what y'all think, okay? If it was not for President, would President Trump have become 47 if it wasn't for Elon? Okay? Now, say at the end of that discussion, y'all conclude that President Trump, it was just his time and he was going to get back in the White House and he's just popular amongst his base enough to win the election. Okay, so you come to that conclusion. My second question is for you is, if President Trump asked Elon to come do a favor, hey, look, I'm going to ask you, Marvelous, or you, Novell, or you, Joseph, I'm going to ask you to come do me a favor, and my favor is to help cut the debt, which Americans don't care about because they spend too much on their own credit card, including me. Yes, I'm American. So they spending too much on their own credit card, so they don't care about no debt. As long as everything's good and we making money and we fat and happy and we could party, we don't care about no debt. So Elon is coming to fix another crisis that President Trump asked him to fix. That's the second time. That's a pattern. That's heroic tendencies, in my opinion. We got to look at it the right way. This man asking me to come help him fix a problem. He did the same thing with the Obama administration. Same thing. And then when President Trump asked, so he come through, he not only is he asking that we need to fix this debt, I'm going to help you get elected to fix another problem that the world or America is facing. You see what I'm saying? I'm gonna spend my money and mobilize a political machine to help you get elected to fix that. I'm saying I'm trying to figure out where we hating on Elon at. I'm trying to figure out what's the purpose of us hating on Elon. You are against all the firings that the government firings, well, you need to take that up with the head of the government. Ain't that correct? Who's the head of the government? The elected leader of the United States government. Is that Donald J. Trump? Well, you need to take that up with President Trump. President Trump is in charge of who get hired and fired within those government agencies. I'm saying I don't see how you can put any of the blame on Elon for anything that has happened to this point. I think he needs our gratitude. I think he was trying to help. That's what I believe. Whether you agree with the white, guys, I was one of the first people. I ain't heard nobody say nothing about a chainsaw before I did. Nobody. I'm gonna be all the way 1,000 with you. Let's be real. I ain't hating on it, man. I'm just being real. That chainsaw, that was bad optics. I'm not just like on his side. I got a Tesla shirt on. You heard me say I work for Tesla, but you don't know the whole story. If you did, you're going to take what I say even that much more serious. Because you know, if you knew where I really stood in this whole argument, Whether you agree with the means or not is irrelevant. Whether I agree with the means or not, that I went and worked for Tesla for 60 days, mind you, in 2023, and the results of that, I'm going to give God the glory, but the part that Tesla or Elon play in that, Elon's business play in that created the success in my life. Whether I agree with the means or not. And then on top of that, to show you guys that Elon isn't political, you say, Ghost, it's politics. What you mean that Elon isn't political? What you mean by that? To show you that he isn't political, let me say this. If someone is calling shots, okay, whatever situation you in, you say you calling shots as a president, you calling shots as a congressman, you calling shots as a senator, as a mayor, as a governor, as a sheriff, as a city councilman, wherever you calling shots at. Okay? So Elon calling shots from being a rich person or whatever, but they never get their hands dirty. This is critical, in my opinion. It's like the theme of the story of it. This is me now, who I am. Okay? Elon could have never got his hands dirty. There are rich people who do this behind the scenes that you don't know nothing about. They move in silence. They are influential on presidential administrations in silence. Never get their hands dirty. I mean, a lot of people, a lot of us have heard of George Soros. We're not talking about Mr. Soros, and I ain't hating on George Soros. If you guys know stuff about him, you could put it down below in the stream, in the chat. But I can honestly say I've never researched nothing about him. The only thing I've heard about George Soros is something off of TV or off of that I read. I've never researched no information. That being said, I can't speak negatively about him. But I will say it must be truth in what everyone's saying about the man, you know what I'm saying, playing a heavy role in Democratic politics behind the scenes. But I'm saying, how much wealth did George Soros lose from doing that? Not the money he donating and writing off on his taxes. I'm saying, how much money did he lose behind doing that? I'm not sure he losing no money. You see what I'm saying? But he calling shots according to what people saying. Now, I'm not reporting this. I'm just saying this is what people say about George Soros. He calling shots. You know what I'm saying? But his hands ain't really getting dirty. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of rich donors do this. Elon used to be this part. He used to call shots and then get his hands dirty behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? But that's not what he is or what he did this time. He stuck his neck on the line. According to CNN, Elon lost $52 billion this year alone. Guys, I hadn't stood up because I want you. I got to stand up because I want y'all to get these numbers down. Legal Wars Live, y'all, YouTube. We've been 45 minutes, y'all, going live. Y'all make sure y'all double tap the screen, like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, guys. Super chat, super sticker, super thanks. Start at 99 cents. I want y'all please to hit that button with that $ below. Your donations are much appreciated, guys. Okay? That's how we get more live streams, guys. We got to donate. I need you guys to donate for me to do more live streams. Y'all feel me? Guys, I stood up because I want y'all to understand this. Hear what I'm finna say, okay? I gave y'all, that's 45 minutes of introduction. Wanted to get up a poll question. We couldn't do the poll question. We rock it. 45 minutes of introduction, okay? You know what I'm saying? You guys want me to rock more professional, then you're going to have to give some professional money. Until then, you just get news and analysis. Truth Network, okay? I need to drink some water from what I'm finna tell you. Now, let me say this again so we could get these numbers right. So CNN said Elon lost 52 billion with a B of his own money. He sacrificed $52 billion of his own money to try to help save America, 160 billion. I know you'll hardly think like me. I'm gonna give you a minute to think about that. I'm gonna sacrifice $50 to try to save my country $160. $50 of my own money. My money. Not somebody else's money. Rich people know about this. Rich people spend other people's money. That's what they do. They keep their money. They're going to spend other people's money. But I'm saying he sacrificed $52 billion. That's what this cost him, what he did. $52 billion of his own money. He's still the richest man in the world. So I'm not hating on him by any means. I'm illustrating a point. You got to let me cook. You feel me? Because I'm a master chef, boy. If you ain't known it yet, you know it. They know it. Master chef. Let me cook. And let them listen. You feel me? 52 billion of my own dollars. So that's 50 of my dollars to help America save 160. That's what I'm saying. All these other people in this position, the shot callers, they ain't sacrificing a penny. Name your shot caller. I ain't hating on you, Mr. George Soros, but they said you was a shot caller. I'm saying you lost 52 billion in 5 months to help the Democrats. Listen, he could have spent the 250 million and helped President Trump win on stage and everything and just step back. Because if I was advising him, I would have told him he wouldn't have been the face of Doge. That's what I would have told him. No, the chainsaw, none of that. But he wouldn't have been the face of Doge. That's crazy. You should have known that. You talking about firing all these people, bro. You know they finna kill. They're gonna be trying to kill you. But you're gonna lose so much money. That was bad advice. But all the rest of the stuff, the king-making stuff, okay? Him being a kingmaker. If he would have helped President Trump get elected, spent the $300 million, help him get elected, and never did Doge, he just disappeared. You see how beautiful that picture is? Tesla, he would have made, I don't know how much money just helping President Trump get elected. Doge is what hurt him. Doge set him back. You see what I'm saying? But regardless, who your hero is, that. And then you got to think about it. The reason why he doing it is to help the budget. I'm helping the budget. Elon, after what all you've been through, you can't just say something is a disgusting abomination, bro. You got to stand 10 toes on that. I mean, not going against President Trump, but getting at them senators individually, like Senator Thune, who believe it's cool to give rich people tax cuts and take money from poor people. That's like that's like Ronald Reagan era Republican politics that they are not even Ronald Reagan, because he helped the poor people so much. You know what I'm saying? That's like, I ain't even trying to call no presidents I like, but that's that old school Republican politics, man. You need to throw that in the trash and reinvent some libertarian, put some libertarian. You brought so many different people into the Republican Party. That's what y'all wanted. Y'all wanted President Trump to be reelected, who isn't really a hardline day one George Bush conservative. Let's be real now. First of all, President Trump is from New York City. You ain't got no hardline Republicans like them. Republicans are kind of like purplish in New York and Illinois and California. Go listen to them. They purplish. You feel what I'm saying? So now you got this converted conservative who fled from the Democratic Party, President Trump, just like Elon did. They got something in common. And he the president. You see what I'm saying? I don't know, y'all. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. Elon, you got to get at these Republicans' head. You ain't nobody. Guys, I'm sorry, President Trump, I love you to death. I do not support that big, beautiful bill. Mike Johnson, sir, I love you to death. I do not support that bill. I think it is a disgusting abomination. So I would love to see some Republican senators step up, man, and just say, hey, we're going to scrap that and we're going to start that over. Let's run that back. We can't do it by July 4th. I know the Republicans do not want to hear this, and the White House probably do not want to hear this, man. But what I'm saying is, man, like the era, listen, I think the Republicans, what I believe is going to happen, I believe that they're probably going to get that bill passed. That's what I believe. I believe that bill is going to pass. It might not pass in its current form, but I think it's probably going to pass, and it's probably going to go by President Trump's deadline. But I think what the Democrats, that bill passing is a winning strategy for the Democrats midterm 2026. You can act like they ain't listening, bro, but I'm telling you, they getting all kind of strategy from this game that I'm kicking right now. Real talk. For real. Because I'm saying from the cuts that really are in that bill, because there's cuts in that bill that the voters, people that voted for President Trump in 2024, there's stuff in that bill that they're going to feel in 2026 or 2027. The Democrats simply just need to highlight the pain from that bill and blame that on Congress. Because President Trump ain't running again, so he can't really be affected. It could slow his policy, but he's been trying to get it through the court anyway. He just got to use Congress for this. So the bill passes, and the Democrats use the pain and highlight the pain in that bill, say, hey, we tried. We said we weren't for it. You know what I'm saying? Elon sacrificed $52 billion to help America and the Republicans. And the way the Republicans say thanks, but they say, Elon, we were just joking about saving money. Thank you, Elon. Well, we just playing about saving money. And that deficit stuff. We're not serious about that, Elon. We appreciate your help, Elon. For real, Elon, thank you. But we just playing about that saving money and deficit stuff. What we serious about is helping our rich buddies. That's my take on it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think Elon Musk is starting to see I think Elon Musk is starting to see that, you know what I'm saying? Like in politics, man, people just they wishy-washy, man. They flaky, they funny. They'll say anything, they'll change up on you, they'll love you one day and the next day they won't. They'll hate you. You know what I'm saying? And he's starting to see that, man. It's clear to him, you know? I think Elon's starting to see that regardless of your success, man, some people just are going to hate you. For real. They'll hate you without a cause. They'll hate you for no reason. Just dislike you. Some people don't have a brain. So, you know, if they mama, cousin Jed, uncle, like Larry, Joe Bob, like I would say that, in my opinion, what I've observed is that 99% of humans don't have a brain. It's scientific fact that humans only use 10% of their brain. Most humans, that's scientific fact. You can look that up. But I'm saying, I don't think that a lot of humans I encounter, I don't think they use 10% of their brain. They use like 3.5, 3.5. And the only speed they know is negativity. If you slap them in the face, all they know how to do is hate you. That's why when Jesus said to love your enemies, to think opposite of what a normal person, it was unheard of. They'll never be able to grasp onto something like that without somebody giving it to them. They could never create that themselves, that train of thought. If you slap me, I'm going to slap you back, or I'm going to get you back. That's all they know how to do. They don't know how to lose. And then, I'm talking about most people. And I think Elon he's realizing this, you know, that even your money can't cover up for people's inept character flaws. That's what I'll say. People will take your money, they'll go along with you for a little bit, and then in the end, they're going to turn on you. They're going to try to crucify you. You got to understand the game, man. You got to understand the game. If you got knowledge of the game, that knowledge of the game is more important than any money, because you going to use your money to hire somebody with the knowledge of the game to help you. You don't believe me? Elon ain't going to no court representing himself. He hiring somebody with knowledge of the game to help him. And these lawyers that he hired are very good, the best of the best. But you know, your boy, you know what I'm saying? I could beat the best of the best attorneys. That's been proven. You feel me? And them same attorneys, and I'm talking about a whole circle now, a whole level of them same attorneys. If you get in a political debate with me, they can't defeat me in no political debate. I know more about politics than the dude who ran VP Harris' campaign. I don't want to call his name Pod Save America. He know I know more about politics than that dude. And I studied it at USM for like a year. This dude making millions off of it. For real, you can't beat me in no debate. Can't beat me in no argument. You know what I'm saying? You just got to get somebody who know the game. Your boy Ghost know the game. Man, we about to get down in our countdown, man. I see that we had nothing but haters in here today. You know what I'm saying? Trolls, bots, and haters. I can't believe Google and YouTube do me like that, man. As much love as I show to Google and YouTube. But guys, I believe I gave y'all some great content. I showed y'all a good side of the argument. You know what I'm saying? And why I support your boy, Elon. You know what I'm saying? Elon made a military legal. Real talk. That ain't fake, bro. That ain't no cap. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking the shirt. You feel what I'm saying? That being said, guys, we're about to get to the final conclusion. We want to thank Winning Rewards. Everybody right now is completely free to do it. It don't cost one dime. Y'all go sign up right now for Wyndham Rewards. That way you could go ahead and get ready. Check out the app for when you go ahead and take your vacation this summer. You're going to stay at Wyndham. You're going to get points. You're going to pay less than $100 for a very beautiful room in a safe location. And you're going to enjoy your stay. So guys, y'all right now, go sign up for Winning Rewards. We're going to come back with the outro, guys. We've been streaming for about an hour, going strong, man. Blessed and thankful, y'all. What I got? I think I got Fox News on in the background. I'm going to cut that Fox News up a little bit. Y'all know how we do. I'll let my haters get their final hate off their chest. In the last 15, about 5-10 minutes, and I'll be back, man, and I'll give out that outro, man, like I always do. Thank y'all for stopping by the stream, man. I love every last one of y'all. Even the haters too, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a package on the way for all my haters. You feel me? Because I need some bread. And you know, I promise you something. All my haters know what I'm talking about. I promised them something. You know what I'm saying? I've been up here relaxing, man, enjoying myself. They've been taking pot shots at me. You know what I'm saying? But we've been chilling. You know what I'm saying? But we finna go back to work pretty soon. So anything I promise you, hey, the waterfalls is done. The business is handled. So if I promise my haters something, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I got a package on the way. You know my whip game proper. Y'all got that. What's that on the background? I got that fox on in the background. I'll be right back to close it out. Look, this is all I'm saying. 1 hour streaming. If y'all go back and watch the content, I gave y'all facts. I gave y'all train of thought, man. You know what I'm saying? Straight up on everything, man. Like real talk, what I feel about, why I feel about Elon, what I'm saying about Elon. You feel what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a real dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't be like swanking. I know I got old people be watching me, so I gotta watch how I talk. I be thinking this the BT, you know what I'm saying, network. But you know, I don't really be, you know what I'm saying, like be fan cheering people on. I don't really cheer people on. So if I'm telling you that about Elon, I really mean that, and that's real. So guys, I'll be back with the outro in just a second. You know what I'm saying? I kept the stream down an hour. I packed all the content in real quick. Try not to be rambling. You know what they call rambling. I'm sharing my beautiful thoughts and my beautiful mind. Try not to be rambling. So if y'all go back and watch the content, man, y'all can get all the information. You know what I'm saying? Just 1 hour. That being said, like I said, I'll be back in just a minute. Get my outro, guys. And then I'll see y'all next time. I appreciate y'all tuning in.
That you can do this with relatively cheap $2,000 drones. Exactly, against the Russian strategic air fleet, which has cost billions and billions of dollars. Secondly, it shows that the Ukrainians are very advanced in what they are doing in their defense industry with the building of these drones and an employment strategy for them. And third, it is an incredible intelligence coup. Vladimir Putin is undoubtedly now wondering whether there was an inside job. You're probably going to see a witch hunt in Russia as he tries to figure out who did this inside. So it just shows that just with a little bit of help, the Ukrainians can make Vladimir Putin pay for his aggression.
So where would you go from here if you're President Trump and Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State? Because they just came out with casualty numbers. So far, 3 years, 1.4 million casualties, most of which are Russian, 2/3 are Russian. And they've lost 250,000 deaths, so dead or wounded.
Yes. Well, let me say first, the president was absolutely right to try and stop this war. It's a horrible war. A lot of civilian casualties as well, mostly on the Ukrainian side because of the way the Russians are fighting. But Vladimir Putin has had 900,000 casualties is the number that's out there. And I'll tell you, Brian, they're not the blonde boys from Moscow and St. Petersburg. These are poor kids from Dagestan and Khabarovsk. And he'll just keep throwing unarmed young men at the front. And so hopefully they can get a ceasefire. But this also shows that the Ukrainians can hold at risk things that Putin cares about. And that, more than anything, will eventually get him to the table.
What about the flowing of American arms, which Ukraine says they can buy? They want Patriots, they want armaments, artillery that only we can give. What kind of message would that be about Putin? Because Joe Biden was worried about escalation costs.
Well, and if we had given them everything at the beginning of the war, when the Russians thought this war was going to take 5 days, they might have won outright. So I would urge that if these talks are going nowhere, if Vladimir Putin is playing along, hoping that he can just keep this war, this kind of 19th century war going, that we will help the Ukrainians, let them buy the weapons, and let them buy the weapons from us and from Europe.
So, do you believe that the Russians have been sincere at all to this point in the negotiations?
Well, I do think there's a little part of Vladimir Putin that recognizes, particularly with the energy infrastructure of Russia, is degrading, and that he would be better off.
Guys, this Friday, okay? So this Friday at midnight, I know y'all probably will not catch the premiere, but the premiere is this Friday at midnight, the Pardon 3, okay? Excuse me. The entire vlog is basically I shot it at a waterfall here in North Carolina. I think it was 74, Highway 74. It runs from Chattanooga to Asheville. I started recording on that highway, and I went to I ended up like north or south of Raleigh. I think north of Raleigh, like in the triangle in North Carolina. If you're from there, you know what I mean. And then, so I went to Lower Cascade Falls. So the Pardon 3 is a journey from me going from Tennessee through the mountains, you know what I'm saying, capturing the most beautiful scenery that I could record. And then like ending up in the triangle over in North Carolina, going to a waterfall. And so that entire video, actually, I will be giving the Plan of Salvation, though. So it's a Christian video. It's a gorgeous video, man. Like, I didn't record anything on scene. I recorded it actually after I got the images, you know what I'm saying? You know, and it's just scripture. And so it's only 2.5 minutes long. So y'all look for that sometime on Friday or Saturday when you get a chance. And then after that, like once I was in North Carolina, you know what I'm saying, I just woke up one morning, I think it was yesterday, you know what I'm saying? And so I knew I had to record the Discovery of Passion 4 vlog. So again, I went to a waterfall. It was a little easier of a hike, you know what I'm saying, to get to this waterfall, but actually, you know what I'm saying, this waterfall, the images were a lot better, I would say. Oh man, look at Colin. Good morning, Colin. See my brother in here. He says, much love, been busy, a new job, man. I appreciate you, Colin, for your y'all's loyalty, man. Y'all keep on doing those memberships, man. Those memberships are helping out. Colin, I'm trying to get the donations up, though, man. Like, I haven't been getting any donations. Haven't been going live, man. But you know what I'm saying? God been blessing me, man. So, you know, I've been taking it easy. But, you know, I'm not going to quit recording content or bringing content. And I just wanted to discuss that with Elon. But, Colin, I do appreciate that, my brother. You know what I'm saying? And I know that I'm not really too far from you out here in North Carolina right now. But yeah, man, I had went to I forgot the name of the waterfall yesterday, but if y'all go to my Instagram, I have it posted. Oh man, look at my boy Colin, man, with that $9.99 donation, man. I knew somebody loved me, man. You feel what I'm saying? My boy Colin, man, he donated $9.99. What my brother talking about, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me see that, Colin. He says, keep living the dream. Man, I wouldn't say, bro. Well, if you want to say living the dream, man, I appreciate you saying that, Colin. I wouldn't say I was living the dream. Colin, look, let me tell you a story real quick, man. Look, so I had a situation where I was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, okay? So I had to talk to the district attorney. So I talked to the DA's office. You know, they have a bunch of attorneys, but she ended up getting me to the number 2 DA in charge. So when I talked to him, man, like I'm talking to him, you know what I'm saying, about a situation I got, but he told me, he was like, man, he said, you could stay. He pointed a young lawyer to me. That boy was fresh. He was clean. He was ready to go. He was young, Colin. He said he had a young lawyer. He said he was finna try his first case. And he invited me to stay. He said, hey, he might do 2. So he is a district attorney in Cumberland County, North Carolina. And he finna try a criminal case. He finna do 2 of them. And he invited me to stay and watch. You know what I'm saying? If he invited me to stay and watch, he know I want to appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals. Colin, that's the dream right there, my brother. But I just couldn't do it right then. I can't do it right now. You see what I'm saying? Colin, what I wish is I applied for a job in the district attorney's office in New Orleans. If I went and applied for that job again, Colin, they're going to pay me $23, $25 an hour to start off. I want to appeal in the U.S. Court of Appeals. But, Colin, I did apply for the job at a district attorney in New Orleans. Isn't that a trip? What is it, like 2015, 2016? I'm on Pondreas at the city hall on the 5th floor. They didn't hire me. I had no experience. So you count the years since I put in that application, and look how much more experience that resume. You see what I'm saying? So to serve is service, you know what I'm saying? Like if I'm working for a district like that, that would be the dream. Or consulting. You know what I'm saying? I can't, the government, I gotta get permission when I move and stuff. People who know the situation, the situation. I done got the blessing, so I'm gonna do everything correctly. But Colin, what I'm saying though is, my brother, like, yeah, man, I appreciate that blessing, man. Definitely, you always support it, you know what I'm saying? And I came out here, Colin, you know what I'm saying, because military. I want to salute everybody in here too that is in the military, you know what I'm saying, or former military, family military, Fort Bragg, North Carolina. You know what I'm saying? 24 years ago, I was an E3 riding around these Fayetteville streets in the United States Army. You know what I'm saying? Who I am, what made me be what I am, what created me, I will always be real to. That's staying real to yourself. If people want to know how to be real, I'm teaching you how to be real. This Real School 101 right now. I'll be kicking game all the time, man. And if people watch it, they'll get the game, man. Just random stuff, I'll be kicking game, knowledge. This is how you be real. You be real to what you are. What I am, I was created by God. God is my creator. I will be real to that for eternity. Number one. Number two, my mom and my dad. They are my mom and my dad. They gave birth to me. I will be real to that. Respect that. Honor that for eternity. That's what the Bible says. Honor your father and mother. The Bible tells you to worship your creator. It shouldn't have to tell you these stuff. Number three, I am an American. I am an American citizen. Listen, the best situations I've had in my life, they have started with the United States government 2 times. If you look at on paper, the most money I had, I ran to the U.S. government in 2012 for help. And when I went to them and with a church, my raised up church, I'm an honor and reverence. Well, I'm just real like that. That's who I am. Teach you how to be real. This Real School 101, boy. The church I was raised in, yes, indeed. Them, when I went to the government, them, and a couple more people and sources, and I become the greatest season in my life. I went to the government again, and President Trump was the president, and they blessed me. They helped me. They didn't say no. They don't. People misunderstand, like, look at my record in the courts. You can know whoever you know. I'm telling you, my record, like my relationship with the U.S. government overall, they've been like the protector. Yes, indeed. Like my biggest blessings in my life from the government. So, that being said, I'm finna come ask the military. They might as well join the blessings. You know what I'm saying? Because I served in the military. I'm going to be real to who I am. So my country, the Bible says the nations of the earth are represented in heaven. So I'm going to take my American flag with me to heaven. Listen to me, boy. That's real stuff. I'm going to be draped in that America. That's what the Bible said. Who's going to be representing the nations of heaven on earth and heaven? Oh, yeah. I can't say ghostwriter. We talking about heaven. I got to be Gregory Dixon. Oh, Greg is Lord. Yes, Lord. He representing America in heaven. Yeah, represent. That's what the Bible say. So my nation, number 3, 10 toes on it. I'm a black man. President Trump, I love you. I'm rocking with you, but I'm a black male. 10 toes on that. I'm military. I served 10 toes on that. I grew up in abject poverty. This is real 101. Jesus was the most powerful, whether you believe in him or not. And while the church and the rich people and all of society shunned the poor, Jesus spent his time with the have-nots. I will always represent the have-nots. One thing I can say about Nancy Pelosi, listen to me now, get some knowledge. Like or love her or indifferent, to be worth 150 million and always be talking about helping the poor people. Most people worth 150 million. Like Republicans, they ain't even worth 150 million. Dude worth like 6-7 million. He's selling his soul to be worth 150 million. Well, Nancy Pelosi already worth 150 million, but she always look at behind all that COVID stuff. I'm talking about the stuff even President Trump. I'm saying she was instrumental and she making sure the American people got some money, that y'all got them checks behind the scenes. Y'all don't see what go on. I see stuff. Nancy Pelosi, she like AOC, passionate about the people's rights. I respect her for that. I salute her for that. Just like AOC. Listen, who was that Democratic? I be on y'all senators. Either I love you or hate you. The two, Thad Cochran, you know, I love my boy, Mississippi. He from the SIP. And then my girl, you know I love my girl. You know what I'm saying? She from the SIP. No, Cindy Hyde Smith, senators. Let me be respectful. But what dude name is from New York? That senator. What's your name, bro? I forget your. You know who I'm talking about, man. AOC running for the Senate. AOC, ain't you gonna run for the Senate, baby? AOC run for the Senate because she need, bro. Let's be real. Who needs to be the Democratic leader in the U.S. Senate? Let's be real. This old dude or AOC, bro? Let's be real. Let's be real. Listen, I ain't hating on my boy Hakeem. You know what I'm saying? Because it is what it is. AOC, baby, she understand that. You know what I'm saying? And I love you, girl, and I hate it have to be like that because we know that she is a polarizing figure. And listen, what's that boy name? Y'all put his name in his name. Y'all put his name on. What's his name? What's that boy name who is in the Senate, man? Who control the city? Colin. I forget the dude's name, man. He from New York, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, somebody asked that about AOC, bro. If that's what you want to talk about, she's a very attractive woman, but I'm saying she fight for the people's rights. That's documented. That's what she does. She's known for that. I'm saying if you educate yourself and just don't be like trying to hate and be vindictive all the time, and you could go watch some videos on YouTube, bro, she get passionate in those hearings talking about the people's rights. Not only that, she is the most popular Democrat, elected Democrat she has to be. Who's more popular than AOC? You have to be out of your mind. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ethan, you know what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. It's truth. What I'm saying is truth. There's no more elected Democrat more popular than AOC. You got to focus on what I'm saying. Who's more popular than AOC? If that's what you feel, Big Will, that's your opinion. But I'm saying I can't even think of the Democratic senator from New York. Name me a Democratic senator from New York. Ain't nobody could do it. What's his name? Nafali, what's the Democratic senator from New York name? What's his name? Ain't nobody know his name. You know AOC. I can't even think of his name. Brady, what's the Democratic senator from New York? Name a Democratic senator from New York. Hey, ain't nobody can name a Democratic senator from New York. Y'all heard Hakeem Jeffrey. Yeah, there you go. Chuck Schumer. Colin, no. But see how many, Colin, look, it took 1,000 people to think of his name. Bro, Chuck Schumer, look, Colin, this is my point. Chuck Schumer, he could go to Los Angeles and do a rally, and it's 80,000 people there. No. Chuck Schumer do a rally, bro, he gonna have 5 people there. And 3 of them gonna be his family. I'm just being real. Hey, I feel you, man. I feel you. Shout out. I appreciate you being from overseas and you rocking with us too. You know what I'm saying? And you just being in here trolling though. But you in here participating though. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like the video and you subscribe to the channel. And you could donate to the channel too if you like the vibes, man. Real talk. I'm not hating on you in here. I'm not hating on you trolling like that. Oh, man. Hey, Colin said the UK government is trash. He said the UK government is trash, man. Golly, man, that sound like fighting words in there, man. You gotta, hey, Colin, my brother, though, so you know I gotta ride with my brother if he say they trash. Hey. Oh, he said he agreed, man. That's pretty cool, man. He agreed. But yeah, y'all, I just give my opinions, man, just what I think and stuff like that. Colin, I really don't support that bill, though, to be honest with you. Like, Colin, you know I love President T, though. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with President T. Colin, I ain't got my MAGA hat on, but it might as well be a MAGA hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm rocking with President T. But, you know, I just wanted to give a live stream about Elon. I see the Democrats came out, started embracing Elon, including Chuck Schumer. But Chuck Schumer, it's good you embracing Elon, but if AOC decides to run for the Senate, you know what that means, because you will not beat AOC in no election for the Senate in no kind of way, Chuck Schumer, and you know that. All of America should be wondering, oh yeah, Colin, none of us do. None of us do, but we rocking with President T. That's just what it is. We rocking with President T. It's just gonna be what it's gonna be. The Senate gonna pass the bill, but I'm saying if I was a Democrat, you know what I'm saying? Because I seen AOC fight viciously against those cuts for Medicaid and Medicare. The cuts, Colin, since we having a serious discussion, because I could get serious about it too. And I'm a little bit knowledgeable about it. I researched it some. The cuts that are for the illegal aliens, no one's against that. Or the Democrats are probably against it. I'm sorry. I take that back. The Democrats are probably against the cuts for the illegal aliens. But hey, you know what I'm saying? For the little funny looking senator, Republican, who come on CNN yesterday on Jay Tapper running your mouth, you know who I'm talking about. I don't have Medicaid. Not looking for Medicaid. But I've said, bro, like if you know me, you know when I was working at Walmart, sir, when you were tucked away in your house, we were working 16 and 18-hour days at Walmart when Vice President Mike Pence came to the Walmart at Walmart in Robert, Louisiana, sir. Do the research. See if I'm lying. When you couldn't keep nothing on the shelves at Walmart during 19, sir, I was working, in Louisiana in the hot spot in Robert, just miles away from New Orleans. Yeah, I was doing that. I'm saying I was in the military during 9/11. I ain't never had Medicaid in my life. What he talking about? I don't care if he ain't talking directly to me. That's how I speak. I speak for the people. I'm the voice of the people. Because I talk to him. I question him, Colin. Like, I ask him. Y'all, if people don't know me, who know me, I know how these people feel. I know how the people feel. I'm their voice. I'm their heartbeat. I don't care if I'm talking to 3 people. Those 3 people are going to get a voice of the collective. I'm going to be closest to analyzing the collective voice. I'm telling you, I'm dogmatic about the stuff I be saying. I support fully President Trump, man. I'm rocking with my dude, point blank. But that bill, no. Senator Thune, no. And then that senator, that goofy senator, no. Ain't no goofies. Hey, where's Senator Crowley at in Missouri? Let him write the bill. I trust him. Look, Senator Crowley and from Missouri, he a Republican. Like, let him help author the bill. You feel me? AOC. Let's pick out. We gonna pick. Let the people pick who gonna write the bill in the Senate. Which senators? We definitely gonna put, you know what I'm saying, some of our Mississippi senators in there, man. I'm saying these goofy dudes. And Elon, the richest dude, he's saying he put in all this work. Elon said, hey, that's good. Colin, I can't hate on that, though. Colin said no tax on tips and overtime will be nice, though, and no one can lie about that. Colin, just since you wrote that, I'm going to say this, bro. I'm going to speak on this. I spoke to a woman at a gas station. See what I'm saying, Colin? Always got stories, man. I'm in a gas station, Colin. It's like 3 a.m. So I go up in this one. I look at every time I come in this gas station, just what's I know she working overtime. I'm calculating, I'm analyzing how many hours she getting. Colin, she says she get 30 hours of overtime a paycheck. Every check. It's like her 9 to 5. She getting at least 15 a week in overtime. But she said most weeks she getting 40 total. She get 40 hours overtime. I talked to her about how much they tax that. She said they taking almost 40% of her check in overtime. So on overtime, Colin, you know what I'm saying? She gets $600 just in her overtime. They taking like $300-$250 in taxes. So I'm saying if they don't tax to her overtime, then I'm saying she getting an extra, what, $500 a month? No tax on overtime. For that woman, she getting an extra $500 a month. That will benefit her immediately. So yes, there's things in that bill that does things for the people, Colin, that are very beneficial. I agree with you. No tax on overtime and no tax on tips. Even VP Harris, President Trump said she was copying them because she even adopted those ideas. So yes, those are great policies, and they do help segments of the American people. But Colin, what we're saying is the bill as it stands with those particular cuts to Medicaid, he talking about able-bodied people going to work. He don't understand that whole situation, bro. Ain't got no boots on the ground. How many disabled people, how many mentally disabled people you got in your family? How many people who got disabilities that are not visible that you got in your family, sir? Because I know a bunch of them. I'm a black man. You know, it's a bunch of black people with mental disabilities. How you gonna try to tell me, like, if I say what it is, I'm telling you, bro, and then on top of that, I'm a good arguer. You ain't gonna beat me in no argument and no debate, and then I know what I'm talking about. But Colin, man, I appreciate you stopping by, man. You donating to the channel, man. Because Colin donated, bro. I'll probably go again live on Saturday. Colin, you tell me when you want me to go live again, and I'll go live again, man. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been live, man, in a long time. That's my fault, man. You know what I'm saying? Give some of our regular you know what I'm saying, some of the channel members, man, to come back in, man, and we could get these vibes and these debates and these arguments and these political conversations and all these clowns calling to come in here and have fun with us and cut up with us, man. Maybe we'll bring the Kool-Aid back for him. You know what I'm saying? My Kool-Aid drinkers at. Hey, man, though, but real talk, though, man, I hope y'all really enjoyed that stream, man. You know what I'm saying? I brought y'all, like, you know what I'm saying, some analysis about Elon Musk. Terry says, I'm glad I'm a Republican. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative. It's a difference. That's what I'm trying to tell President Trump. Rand Paul isn't a Republican. He's a conservative. He's a libertarian. That's why Elon Musk said that it is a disgusting abomination, a Republican bill, that this man helped the Republicans get elected, but they want to give tax cuts to rich people. He says that is a disgusting abomination. But he still rock with President Trump. He just 10 toes on realness. That's not a Republican, really. He a conservative. He a libertarian. I'm a conservative. I'm an independent. I supported VP Harris. I will support the Republican better get the right candidate against Andy Beshear or Josh Shapiro. The very right candidate. Because if not, I am going to support a Democrat again. J.D. Vance, you know what I'm saying? Byron Donald. And you come, there's certain names, Colin, I ain't gonna call if the Republicans go that way. They not Donald Trump. So no, we all going back over there. Because Josh Shapiro is a cool, you feel me? So you better get the right candidate. Colin says, well, at least we finally got you admit you're conservative. Colin, 1,000%. Oh, I always say word salad. That's irrelevant. But I speak truth. That's what's relevant. You feel me, Terry? But I'm 1,000% conservative, man. That ain't no doubt. 10,000%. 10,000%. And Colin, I said I'm rocking with President Trump and Elon. I gave you a whole 60 minutes, bro. Whole 60 minutes, man. Always wearing them Tesla shirts, man. You know what I'm saying? I can't praise no man. I can only praise God. You feel what I'm saying? But, you know, I be showing love, though, as much as I can. You know what I'm saying? For, you know, the stuff that I can speak about publicly and the stuff that I can't speak about. But what I'm saying is a Miller Ray legal, like, the success of a Miller Ray legal was directly affected by Tesla. Our Miller Ray legal is no longer affiliated with Tesla. But what I'm saying is for my business getting the name and the start, it got it from affiliations with Tesla. 10,000%. So always respect, show gratitude. Colin, I appreciate you showing up, brother. The most important thing, Colin, is that people know about Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? God came to this earth. He became a man. He suffered, he bled, and he died on the cross for our sins. The blood that Jesus shed, it pays for our sins. It washes away for our sins. We could pray for salvation and we could become Christians. It's real simple, real easy. Jesus willing to save anybody, regardless of what you did in your past. You don't have to have no good words. You don't have to speak in no tongues. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be cool with Elon and President Trump. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is accept the blood that Jesus shed on that cross as payment for your sins. The part 3 is coming on Friday. That's what we doing. You know what I'm saying? I got some pamphlets, some literature. Yeah. You know, I'm a Christian. That's what Jesus, listen, you could be the best Christian in the world. You could never do prescription drugs or legal drugs like Tylenol or coffee. Coffee is a stimulant. That makes it a drug. If we want to be, you know what I'm saying, particular about it, you drink coffee, that's a drug. You could never do legal drugs for prescriptions. You could never curse. You could never do anything what you call is bad. But if you ain't telling people about Jesus, you ignoring the greatest commandment that God gave you. You know what I'm saying? And the part in 3, that's what we doing. 100,000 souls, man. We already over 10,000. That part in 3 coming on Friday, bro. We finished. I'm gonna show you something. Into the meantime, man, I thank every last one of y'all, man. Y'all say y'all goodbyes. Colin, you know I love you, my brother. That's all we need is one person with that support. You know what I'm saying? He got 4 months of membership, channel memberships, and as well, he donated $10 to the stream, y'all. Because of that donation, Colin, I'm going to do something real strong for President Trump. I'm not too particularly fond of the Republicans right now because of that bill. But, Colin, I know we rocking with President Trump, so we're going to do that probably on Saturday. So y'all look for that on Saturday. We'll go live. I love y'all, man. Peace and love and joy, man. Legal Wars live, man. Wyndham Rewards, live from Wyndham, y'all. One more time, we out.